Nerdrotic.com.
Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you, my lovelies out there. Welcome to the Nerdrotic Nooner. It's hump day. We've made it to the middle of the week, and the UK is fucked. So I'm going to rub it in a little bit, going full patriot today, because as Disbrew did point out, the only reason we're having this conversation about Graham Linehan is because there's a country that does have free speech. And now we're seeing very good not very bad arguments. Sorry. We're seeing very bad arguments from people in the UK going, well, you've like never had free speech. So there. Oh, that's great. That's great. So we'll cover that. We got a good article from our buddy Christian Toto from Hollywood and Toto that we're going to go over. We're also going to talk about Marvel, the zombie franchise. Chris has some insights, has Dragon Con info from us. And Chris, you're alive. You survived another Dragon Con.
I survived. That's right. It was parties every night and 7 panels, and I was sober for all of them. So
What?
Yeah, I know.
Frank Gore did not make an appearance.
I was I have a great time, but I know my limits and measured. I'm very measured.
I'm proud of you, Chris.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Why is there some hesitancy, huh?
No, just, there's evidence. Maybe we'll look at videos. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's a good time. And the number one question, where is Gary? Where is Nerdrotic? Where's X-Ray Girl? Where's Ryan? It is the perfect balance of a party con and really smart panels. Science tracks, they bring in scientists, astronomers, authors. It really is a very smart con in terms of the panels and variety. And it's also parties that go all night. So
I'd be interested in the panels.
You would love the panels. Gary, I'm going to force you, or maybe someone who can help you, fill out a guest form. They got to get you, Drinker, X-Ray Girl, everybody out. Everybody. It's a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But with all these things, which are tons of fun, and I love meeting everybody. The first 2 hours are really coherent, good conversations. Sometimes it's a little loud in the room. Once it hits about 10:30, 11, and everybody's got a good amount of booze in them, the conversations, I'm just like, Oh,
I was part of them. I was part of those conversations.
Oh yeah.
But it was great.
Yeah.
It was, I had a great time. It was just, the panels are amazing. It's nice to be included. Unlike, I found out that LA Comic-Con for the second year in a row rejected all my panels. I don't feel welcome there anymore. And it's weird because I know the woman who runs it.
You know the owner.
The guy who does the panels must hate my guts. It's almost like he's taunting me. Go ahead. I send 3 panels and they're kind of generic conversations, like about pop culture, movies, whatever. But yeah, 100% rejected from LA Comic-Con.
And
so I don't know
for what other panels, right? Fighting fascism in comic books, or he's not going to say it, but I'll say it. This is Chris fucking Gore. This is OG nerd. G4 film threat. This isn't Shaniqua from the women's studies class to talk about misogyny and Black Panther. This is fucking Chris Gore.
But
what are we doing?
I don't want to complain. I don't want to just say, because it feels like I'm entitled and I'm owed it. And I don't feel that way. What I feel like is what I do with the panel is I bring in other people like you or Verbal Riot or Alan Ng or Paulie from Latino Slant. We had the most diverse panel there. I mean, it was like people from all over the map. And do you remember there was a standing room only panel? It's on I posted on my YouTube channel. This is from like 3 years ago. And we're not welcome. Still to this day, Gary, places we are not welcome.
Yeah. In
Sad.
2025. Sad, but oh well. I would have gone. I would have hung out, but with no Chris Gore panels, what's the point?
I did apply for press and they approved that. Which
good.
is weird.
Very weird.
Yeah.
But they still want to gatekeep these cons, and go ahead. I mean, there's so much competition out there, and you have other cons that like mega cons way more welcoming. It's just a more welcoming con, right? Fan Expo is a more welcoming con now than LA Comic Con, which would have been fun.
Even San Diego. I mean, I did one panel there. I used to do about 3, but that's fine. I'm included. That's great. But it's not about me. I bring in other voices. Yeah. And I feel like those voices couldn't get in. So I try to bring in others,
Remember that panel we did at LA Comic Con? That was right next to
yes.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Right next to Kevin Smith's.
Kevin Smith.
That had more people.
Yeah, they came to
Pepperidge
our
Farm
room
remembers.
to tell people, hey, go into this room, Kevin Smith.
And
it was kind of empty, but I don't know. Speaking of Kevin Smith, I feel like his and James Gunn's careers have the same trajectory of like juvenile humor. They're like, God, Superman comes up. There's something about it that he's lost the stuff. His best movie is Guardians. His best mainstream movie is Guardians. And from then he makes the same movie every time. Peacemaker is just, why, for people who like Peacemaker, why do you like it? I don't get it. And I'm no prude. I like crude humor. This is bad, objectively bad.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's got a wheelhouse, and I think he's good in that wheelhouse for a movie once every 3 years. But after rewatching Peacemaker season 1 again, he's not made for TV, and he really rips his own stuff and does it over and over again. If you watch Peacemaker season 1, there's a bunch of like reused like elements from the Suicide Squad, right? This is how you bullshit your way through Hollywood. As you know, Chris.
Yes.
Hollywood is there. You got to have talent. You do, for the most part. But you also have to be very gifted in bullshit. And Jar Jar Abrams was the best. Absolute best. He could bullshit any studio exec into making anything with zero plan. And James Gunn was, we're going to grab somebody from Marvel. We're going to grab the biggest name from Marvel. And we're not really going to look into, I'm sure he planned some of the cosmic stuff, but we're not going to look into, can this guy run a studio? Can this guy set up a cinematic universe? And if we look at the history of cinematic universes, only one has really worked that's fully connected. And that was for a certain amount of time. And it hasn't worked for over half a decade now. And everybody's
Universal Monsters culminating in Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
That was a connected universe.
That is a great movie, by the way. That is a great movie.
Funny.
But it's just, and now Kevin got rid of all the people who helped him create that cinematic universe, and now he is 100% in charge of this cinematic universe, and it's shit. So, can James Gunn pull this off? So far, I don't think so. I'd love to be proven wrong, and maybe he gets his feet under him and finally takes off. Maybe Supergirl will make $1 billion, like John Campea said. What do I know? What the hell do I know? But I'm thinking no, because this is the second part. It was done haphazardly with the whole multiverse thing. We still have to see it play out. But you have an 8-episode series, and Paul Chato, I'm going to start using this because he's right, unrolling the sausage. He said all streaming series are unrolling the sausage, which is we're going to give you an element of a story each episode, and we expect you to stay in without making the episode have a beginning, middle, or end. And that's a streaming series. Aliens suffering from this right now, Alien Earth and Peacemaker. Peacemaker had a boring second episode, which regresses the character. And what Alien and Peacemaker have in common is I don't care about anybody in these shows, like at all.
Yeah, same.
Like
you can have a likable anti-hero, but
yeah,
why do I like any of these people? What is their goal? I don't know. They're just crew joke, crew joke, crew joke, crew joke. They all seem to talk alike. It's weird.
They all talk like James Gunn.
They all talk like James Gunn.
So he's able to bullshit DC going, I got these great ideas and I'm just going to redo my own shit over and over again. And there's no humor in it at all. And I like stuff like that. I like stuff like this normally. But directly connecting it to Superman, it's like, it's not connected. You try to connect it, but these are totally different things. They don't feel like they're part of the same universe, and you're not building any momentum. I did see a tweet, Chris, that Superman soared once again to $611 million at the box office, and they're really just trying to make this the thing. It's like, guys, we just went over a bunch of articles where this is a down summer, and we're talking down from last year, which was down from the year of the flop buster in 2023. We can't count the 2 years before that because there wasn't full releases, and technically there hasn't been a full schedule of film releases that equaled 2019 since 2019.
Yeah.
And it's under the box office of 2019. And you go, well, it's only 20% off. It's 20% off of something from 6 years ago. So you would have to adjust that total for inflation now. Oh, I'm sorry to bring that up again. So you're 20% below a number from over a half a decade ago without adjusting for inflation. That's abysmal. You're supposed to be a growing industry. But hey, everything's fine. It's all good.
It's literally, they need to change the way they track the industry by admissions, not ticket sales, admissions.
Yep.
It's this weird nebulous number that becomes part of marketing. It's about marketing. It's the number one movie in America. It made more money than this. It's a bullshit metric. It is a lie. It is a lie about the industry, and it's meant to hype people up. Box office is meant to hype people up. Count the admissions. How many people saw Gone with the Wind? How many people saw Superman 2025 as opposed to Superman 78? Let's see how many people saw movies. Fewer and fewer people are seeing movies. I mean, your metrics, right, of view, but they even changed the definition of what a view is.
Yeah.
How many minutes people, that's fine. But X number of people clicked and watched for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
How many people saw Superman as opposed to Man of Steel? I don't know. They don't keep that data. That data is easily available. Maybe not then, but now they can start. They do it in France is the only country. It's the one thing they do right. They count admissions.
Yeah.
Admissions.
You're right. So you could the only way you can estimate it, and you know this, Chris, and so does the chat, is you just divide it by the average ticket price. That's the only thing you can do now, which gives you an idea. And it's not accurate, but it gives you like a frame.
Yeah.
So if you do that with Man of Steel versus Superman's James Gunn, Man of Steel sold like 3 times as many tickets, roughly.
Yeah.
But no, they still know the number of tickets sold. At least the theaters do. Theaters keep account of that stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah. Number of tickets sold.
But they don't want to tell you.
The industry has to sober up. There needs to be like, some kind of like think tank led by Justine Bateman, queen of common sense. And like, there needs to be some, I don't know, forum or get together. Like, how can we save Hollywood? And let's be real about things.
Yeah. And that'll never happen because of
Yes.
how corporatism works. It is all it's all perception.
Mm-hmm.
Perception is reality, not actual reality. So they want to give you the perception that we are successful, we're motoring along, and they all know their internal numbers, but even the people who do know them won't bring them to the higher ups because they're afraid they're going to lose their job because they're bringing bad news. So it creates this clusterfuck, right? It's a doom loop. It's a doom loop of only give us good news, don't tell us the bad news. This is why, the form of capitalism, free market I love the most is the mom and pop, is the sole proprietor.
Yeah.
Because, when the small businesses don't grow every year. Some, we had an off year this year, but you don't hit the fucking panic button because you're like, all right, well, we're a small business. We can handle this. We can, I'll spend a little less. And basically all the power is in the owner. So, if I wanted to make more money at the comic store, I would just go, well, I need to work harder. That's my raise. My raise is I work harder. I have to do more, and that's great. You can't do that with a corporation. It's like a giant fucking ship that takes years to turn around. And that's if the people at the top get the truth or even want to hear it. And it's mostly they don't want to hear it. Bob Liger, the only thing that guy cares about is buying shit, his legacy, and bullshitting his stockholders with semantics or half-truths or being just straight up disingenuous and always just presenting everything. Well, we're still profitable. We're still doing great. You're not doing great. You're an entertainment company and you're not good. We're number one at the box office. Disney's number one at the box office. They have the $1 billion thing. They're going to end the year number one at the box office. Does it feel like Disney's steamrolling anything? No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah, but it's getting to the point where it's getting too late, right? Because we're a half decade into this.
Yeah.
And now they're just realizing you're going to have a smaller audience. But at least you'll still have an audience. So shrinkage will have to happen at some point. They did try to frame yesterday's article to, there's just too much stuff out there. Well, there's too much crap. So if you want to, too much stuff, too much crap, we'll get rid of some of the crap. Maybe don't give Star Trek fucking Starfleet Academy 5 seasons. You could save a lot of money by just getting rid of Kurtzman Paramount. Disney could save a lot of money by not spending $200 million on fucking Alien Earth. An incoherent mess.
What did they spend on it?
Almost $200 million. The sets are great. They are fucking great. They are like top-notch, brilliant. Being run by the last night's episode was no one can hear you. No one can in space. No one can hear you. ... Right. Instead of Scream, and it's basically an inversion and a remake of Alien. So they go back. They do a flashback to the ship that crashed in the first episode, and they introduce you to. So they stop a show with a bunch of uninteresting characters that I could care less about to introduce more uninteresting characters that I could care less about, and then they kill most of them. But they show you like Morrow and his motivation and all this. But it's just it was silly, and the only thing that was somewhat entertaining was the tentacle eyeball that we found out is a she.
Sure.
Because the DEI scientist goes, she escaped again. And I'm like, how the hell you know the tentacle eyeball's a she? That's so dumb. Mahler and I were a little flummoxed watching it. We're like, why wasn't this the first episode? What the hell's going on? But yeah, there's bigger news, though, and just another bad streaming show. Graham Linehan.
Oh, here we go.
Pull up the Hollywood and Toto article. I think this will sum it up. So yesterday, we talked about it on Real BBC. Creator of the IT Crowd and Father Ted was stopped. He was in America. He just did Joe Rogan like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And he was arrested at Heathrow Airport by 5 armed officers. Now, the officers are armed in Heathrow Airport. That's not unusual. I've seen it. So, and he was arrested. What do you think he did, Chris? Did he murder somebody?
I don't know. What's the crime? Who is the victim? I want to know.
The victim is society, Chris. The victim is society. Well, one part of society. Because he posted mean tweets. Graham Lenehan's shocking arrest should rouse celebrities from partisan slumber. You think it would, Chris. And this is from, again, Christian Toto. Give him a follow on Twitter. This guy's incredibly based and good. The Hollywood press downplays stories that don't fit the narrative. Example, Stephen Colbert getting canned for costing CBS a reported $40 million a year. Media outlets describe the decision, suggesting President Trump got the far left host fired without evidence. Trump is Hitler 2.0, or so the narrative goes. Michael Rappaport gets canceled for being pro-Israel Jewish artist. Most critics from the legacy media, the pro-Palestinian left, must protect. So they go. So that got little coverage. Then we go to Robbie Starbuck here. The UK has arrested a comedian now for X posts that British government found to be criminally offensive, Chris. Criminally offensive. Okay. When I see stuff that's criminally offensive, that gets a gold star. I usually get a good laugh out of it.
Yeah.
I am down for being criminally offensive to transgenders. It wasn't only to transgenders, though. There was other tweets. Here's Graham Linehan on his arrest. The UK has no free speech. The feelings of transgenders and migrants come before. Hang on, X-Ray. What are you doing, X-Ray girl? Okay, just keep it still. Keep it still. Blow it up a little bit. All right. The feelings of transgenders and migrants come before the rights of anyone else. The Glinner update, as Heathrow, we talked about it yesterday. So he got pulled over by 5 armed guards. He got detained for 16 hours. Scroll down. He got detained for 16 hours, then eventually let go. Yesterday, and I think Christian Toto will get into this, we read an article that framed it as, and I don't know if you heard this, Chris, it was Deadline. When they were reporting on this, they're all, Graham Linehan claims he was arrested for posts. We went to check with the authorities at Heathrow Airport, and they said they indeed arrested a man for offensive posts. But Graham Linehan claims he was arrested for these pieces of shit in the media. You don't hate them enough. So British comic Graham Linehan's arrest this week over allegedly anti-trans social media post proved so shocking even Hollywood press outlets covered it, kind of. They didn't wait a day or two until the story calmed down either. Both Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter shared the news mere hours after it exploded on social media, and this is far from an isolated incident. Free speech is under furious attack in the UK, and this is kosher. Wow, you got to listen to this. It is really 1984 we are living in now. In the UK, they are looking to curb speech in pubs by banning customers from discussing controversial topics. Is this real? In case the conversations you are talking about offend somebody. This is absolutely mad. Play this.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm delighted to say that we're joined in the studio by Nigel Nelson and Dr. Renee Hunderkamp for the first time on Britain's Newsroom. Well, not the first time, but the first time in a while as a regular, which is lovely. Right, can we talk about this free speech in pubs, Renee? What's going on here?
Renee.
Well, just madness, I think. Just more of this madness employment bill from Angela Rayner, which really needs to be scrapped. Because if we're getting to the point where people are not able to talk about anything they want to talk about in a pub, which is where you talk about anything you want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's over. Pubs are over, free speech is over. This whole bill is a disaster for employers and needs to be scrapped.
And because the Equality and Human Rights Commission is saying that if the way this bill could be interpreted, if you start giving your view on the transgender issue, for instance, someone can say, that's out of order.
Yeah.
Conversation over.
Your words offend me.
Exactly.
In my workplace, and therefore...
And the publican then may be required to end the conversation.
Oh, I hate
throw them out, or throw them out the pub.
I mean, it really is 1984. We are living it now, isn't it? It's newspeak. This is what you're allowed to say, nothing else.
Yeah.
I think that when it comes to the pubs bit, common sense would probably prevail, and I think it'd be very unlikely there would be any action taken in a pub. It could happen, but I think it's unlikely.
But the fact it could makes it wrong.
But the intention of this is to stop harassment in the workplace.
Yes.
So that's the idea. What seems to have happened, according to the Equality and Human Rights Commission, is that's now being literally interpreted by employers, which means in the workplace you couldn't discuss, you just mentioned transgender issues, that would be a good example, but couldn't discuss basically contentious issues in case someone overhears you. So what started as to being able to protect employees either from being intimidated by other employees or by customers or clients or something like that has gone one stage too far because of the wording.
Yeah, can I just give you the actual...
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, everybody.
This is a good time for V for Vendetta, the movie, to get re-released in the UK. If or maybe send thousands of Guy Fawkes masks to the UK. Make that the symbol. This is literally that movie playing out in real life. I don't know what you thought about that film, Gary. I really liked V for Vendetta. I also liked the comic. The movie may be flawed.
I like the movie.
I like,
the only thing, they got the bad guy wrong. It wasn't some fascist Christian authoritarian. It was now you got some commie fucking what's their religion? Woke authoritarian.
Yeah.
So there's still a religion involved.
Right. It's unbelievable. That movie should get re-released in the UK or played 24/7 on a loop.
Yeah, this is but I don't know how you could misinterpret a law about harassment in the workplace to where I guess what am I thinking? It's the UK. Of course, they can manipulate it into regulating speech in a fucking bar, in a pub. Like
that's the end. I mean, I love the whole raise the flag. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
I am genuinely concerned about people like Az, Drinker, Mahler, Disparu, because the things they've said on YouTube are probably worse. I don't mean in a bad way. I'm just saying, by their standard, could be considered worse, and they're not paying attention to YouTube. It's under the radar, probably because it's a 3-hour video. What are you going to do? But a tweet is an isolated thing that's easily shareable and dissectable. And a 3-hour conversation where in part of it, Az may say things that are, according to this, objectionable. I've concerns for our YouTube friends in the UK. I think they're all going to jail.
I'd go visit them. No,
I'd go visit. I will visit Az and Drinker in jail. I'll bake a cake. I'll put contraband in there for Drinker. A little bottle of whiskey.
Well, I can, before they go to jail, I could just give them all the rules, talk to and just kill like how things go down. How do you avoid certain things? What a prison wallet means, shit like that.
I mean, forget my channel is under attack.
My country is under attack.
My country is under attack.
Yes.
Why isn't there? I mean, I obviously, I discovered all of them on FNT.
Oh my God, Drinker would have the hardest
all
time in
their-
jail because he wouldn't be able to drink.
Right,
Oh,
right.
poor guy.
There's bathtub bourbon you can make. I'm sure it's not that great,
It's not the
But-
same though.
but I really am genuinely
X-Ray Girl
concerned.
knows.
First, they came for X. Their YouTube, because of transcripts, I am very concerned about our friends in the UK on YouTube who are free to say things now. Even now, they kind of talk around topics, but obviously, I watch Real BBC every week. Drinker, Open Bar, FNT, Yellow Flash is fine. He's fine.
Well, he's not
gonna be
British.
okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So
We're fine. Yeah. As like the reason they're focusing on X is Elon. That's why you don't see them going after Facebook right now. Instagram, the hyper focus is on X. One particular dipshit we're going to go over talks about this is X that created this, and Dankula was going after him. We'll go over that in a second. But that's the main problem here is you never had free speech, and now they're going to try to take it away. And it's to protect the 0.004 of the population, or in other cases, what's soon to be 50% of your population, and then introduce Sharia law. Like that. Yeah. And when you have, I think it was a judge, as pointed out, it was a judge yesterday or over the last week, said that the rights of the immigrants, the migrants, trump the rights of a citizen. Said that out loud, and that's exactly how they feel. And what do you expect is going to happen? Government of the UK, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that that arresting people for tweets is going to help progress any movement of that 0.4% of the population that's trans? Do you think that's going to put a brighter light on them? Do you think people are going to be more accepting of them when you start compelling them what to say and what to do, and threatening them with arrest for threatening a person with arrest for speaking the truth? And the truth is going to hurt your fucking feelings. Freedom hurts your feelings. And that's the whole part of freedom. It's dangerous. And when you start regulating any part of it, that is, the slippery slope that we're at the bottom of right now.
Yeah.
Or you are. But they can come here too.
It's only going to push people the other direction. By the way, I looked up Guy Fawkes masks. You can get them fairly cheap. They're on Temu, Shein.
Your favorite store.
What's that?
Your favorite store.
I deleted the app. I stopped buying stuff from Temu. I don't need more crap. Look behind me.
I got a problem.
It's bad.
First step is admitting it. You're right.
All garbage. One out of every 10 items is maybe passable quality. But anyways, this is, again, I know they're focused on X and what people say. It's easily shareable for now. I'm telling you, the things that are being said on YouTube by British YouTubers or ones in Scotland, I'm saying that could be next.
Oh, it will be next unless people fight back against this. And I honestly don't know how that goes down in the UK. This government is going to be in power for years. And what's worse is there's not really an opposing party. What I know of the Tories, it just sounds like uniparty shit, the stuff we have over here, which is the Republicans and Democrats who are just no different from each other. I think there's a lot of that in the UK. And if the Tories got back in power, what they did, apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, UK, kind of led to all this shit anyway, right? So I don't know what changes until it's completely gutted, and it's going to be a long, hard road. But I mean, if you want your country back, it's going to be worth it. And that shit could come here so easily. We dodged a bullet last November of stuff like this happening right now. but it might be only a temporary reprieve. We will see. But let's hear the rest of this. There's more to
Wording,
cover.
I think it might be
Yeah,
useful.
go on.
So it's the quote is unwanted conduct that has the purpose or effect of violating the recipient's dignity or creating an intimidating, hostile, degrading, humiliating, or offensive environment.
That's the point. Yes. I mean, and so
Pause for a second.
effectively,
Pause.
That is subjective.
So
It's not like assault, or certain other crimes are, you can say this happened. You shot this person. You stole this person's car. That statement is completely subjective down to whoever the supposed victim is can make that claim. It is the worst. This is such a bad slippery slope. The world should be trying to save the UK right now. This is so bad.
this is bad. I'm going to give you kind of an outside example what's creating all these problems that was brought up on Geeks and Gamers Daily yesterday by Drunk 3PO. Follow me.
Something smart was...
Yes. Follow me on this
weird.
one. All right.
Okay.
We're governed by cowards and psychopaths and narcissists right now because they were given the power by corporations and governments with victimization, which made, if I can get some power and some free shit by claiming some victim status, ADHD, whatever, anxiety, which is a real thing, but people are manipulating that to get what they want. So at the parks, I believe it was Universal, they were letting people in the lines faster to go into rides if you're have some sort of disability or handicap. And one of those, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase this off of memory from a couple days ago. So basically, a woman got upset because the guy was questioning her about her disability. And like, what is it? Like, what are your symptoms? And that, by the way, this is to get into Halloween Horror Nights.
Right.
So long story short, she has anxiety, but it's a very specific anxiety. It's an anxiety of waiting in the lines. And she called it a disability to get through. And now she's bitching. And now of course, Universal's going to have to bend the knee to this manipulative, dumb bitch who says, I have anxiety of waiting in line. We all fucking hate waiting in lines. Brian brought this up. It's fucking bullshit. But that's what the trans issue is. That's what all these fucking issues are, is I'm just going to make some shit up so I can get more attention and feel special.
Oh,
It's victim currency.
And it's fucking our society. And we are getting brought down by all of these fucking psychopaths and whatever few people, like, anxiety exists. It's a real thing and could be absolutely debilitating. Well, this fucks you over. All these fucking frauds, who just can't handle maybe she actually felt anxiety because she doesn't go outside or her parents sucked. I don't fucking know. And I don't care. I shouldn't have to bend my, society doesn't bend to you. That's one of the first things when we had to have a conversation about it. I talked about Nerdrotic Jr., who's on the spectrum. I said, the world will not bend to you. Okay. Understand this. So this is something you need to know. Just because you have a what is deemed as a disability, I don't necessarily see it that way. And society doesn't have to bend to me. I'm sober. I don't expect everybody to stop fucking drinking when I walk into a bar, or stop smoking pot when I'm walking down the street. I don't expect that. That's not reality. But we're having to, build entire new bathrooms for 0.04 of the fucking population. You know how much that costs a business? And then they're starting to, who knows? California, remember the scam with the ADA, Chris, in California? So these fucking piece of shit lawyers would roll around small businesses and see that they're not ADA compliant and find a handicapped person to sue them. And that was a whole fucking scam in the Bay Area for 10 years until they finally stopped it. The same shit's going on here.
Yeah.
And they want to keep you from telling the truth because it's a fucking lie. It's a fraud. It's a fraud. You know what? Society shouldn't have to build new bathrooms or bend to your will because 0.004% wants to go into a different bathroom and can't, by the way. Tough shit. Guess what? I can't have a drink. Tough shit. Life goes on. Let's continue.
or offensive environment.
That's the point, yes. I mean, and so effectively that's stopping harassment. So the intention...
Well, it's stopping your feelings being hurt.
Well, it goes a bit further than that. I mean, hostility could be more than just feelings hurt. Intimidation.
Offence?
Intimidation would be bullying, and creating any environment which is uncomfortable for another worker to operate in.
We have these laws. We have law upon law upon law in the workplace to stop this. We seem to be holding on to the tail of the dog and hoping the dog won't move, when really we should just go back to school and teach our kids to just be polite and respectful to people, rather than bringing in yet another law that can be misinterpreted to stifle free speech.
Well, to a point, that's where I agree with you, because clearly the language that's been used in this particular piece of legislation is either being misinterpreted, overinterpreted, or taken too literally.
Or is it the way it's been drafted?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
a mistake the way they've drafted it.
Yeah.
They've drafted it too broadly.
Yeah. So, well, or too narrowly.
Or narrow, either or.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously the way it's been drafted.
It's being manipulated. All right. It will continue to be manipulated. And if they can't manipulate that law, well, they'll just, they're not afraid to make laws in the UK. They're not afraid to make them here either. Okay. So they'll just draft a new one. It's a massive story, part of free speech's shocking decline in the UK, and it should go without saying the story has ramifications for Western culture, the arts, and freedom in general. So where is Hollywood? Good question. Man, Chris, Hollywood not afraid to talk about just about anything. What do we got here?
Yeah.
Now, Christian brings up that the Hollywood Reporter and Deadline did report this. But if you read particularly, again, the Deadline article, it is framed like, so he says, like, it's not really that bad. At one point in the Deadline article, they said, well, it's not like the officers were pointing the guns at him. Are you fucking kidding me? But then the Deadline will freak out if somebody gets like a black person gets shot attacking a cop with a fucking knife. Well, it's not like they were actually stabbing you and stuff. You got to wait to get stabbed. The stars have been raging against President Trump for months, calling him a dictator who will snuff out free speech. Certainly, they'll rise up en masse to decry Linehan's arrest. No? Call it unlikely at best. Celebrities have mostly stood down as woke bylaws and cancel culture scolds pummeled speech over the past decade. Why? It's partly due to fear. They also saw mostly conservatives being censored and didn't feel compelled to rally to their side. Is there another explanation? Need examples? Stars decried against so-called book bans, but ignored sensitivity readers, erasing passages from Ian Fleming, Agatha Christie, and Ronald Dahl. Good point, Christian. Good point. They said nothing of artists self-censored to avoid professional blowback. Some even memory hold their own work rather than defend free expression. Or worse yet, apologize for it. You notice three of the wokest people out there all have like blackface in their background. Howard Stern, Janine Garofalo, yes. Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
It's a total coincidence.
Sarah Silverman.
Sorry, Sarah Silverman. Why did I say Janine Garofalo? She didn't do blackface.
Oh,
why did I pick on poor Janine? Oh, she's woke as fuck. I saw her stand up in San Francisco, and she was so high. It was terrible. She was just fucking wasted. She was begging the crowd for Vicodins. She was. British stars should be speaking up the loudest right now, right? But are they? One Brit is doing that. J.K. Rowling is an old school liberal who holds free speech dear, and she's not staying silent about the current crisis. Apologies for the adult language. You don't have to apologize. What the fuck has the UK become? This is totalitarianism. Utterly deplorable. True deplorable. And yeah, there he is. Graham Linehan. And the reason they are focused on him was because of, he's pretty much come out against the trans issue like JK. And then we have Ricky Gervais. If you don't believe in free speech for people who disagree with, and even hate for what they stand for, then you don't believe in free speech. Good for Ricky, by the way.
There's got to be a rallying cry. There's got to be some rallying cry overreach has already occurred. Have you seen Axe Girl?
Oh, the 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, that girl with the knife and
the Scottish girl, yeah.
Yes. I mean, what is going on in this country? It feels like the people want one thing and the leaders are oppressing the people. This is when bad things happen.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. As I said earlier, those of you in the trans community, some watch, some don't believe in this shit, by the way. Some aren't down with it at all. Do you think this is going to help you? Like at all?
I think it will only turn more people against.
It will.
Why are we making accommodations for all these people? Hey, we're Gen X. Mostly live and let live is kind of something we go by. But when you cross to me or my family or rights, I'm done. I'm not on your side.
No.
You have lost me.
I said it yesterday. My pronouns, the one I've been using since I've learned how to speak, are very important to me, and I ain't changing them for anybody.
And I'm, you know what I am? I'm going to come out, Gary. I'm going to come out and say I'm a normal sexual.
You're a normal sexual. You're an indoorsman.
I'm an indoorsman and a normal sexual because the world is so freaking whacked out. Like with I'm a poly this or this, that. You don't even have to define yourself. I'm just going to say I'm a normal sexual. If anybody asks.
So brave and stunning, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's make that hashtag normal sexual.
He's a missionary guy. He just does everything normal.
Just a normal sexual.
Oh my God.
Normal sexuality.
Make it cool.
Yeah. Yeah, make it cool again. Make normal sexuality great again. Oh my God. What
so we
crazy time.
Scroll down a little bit. I don't know if there's any more, but nope, that's it. So we're the left-leaning peers. They're not to be found. And this guy's kind of a legend in the UK. He created a couple of very popular TV shows. I haven't seen Father Ted. But I've seen a bit of
the IT crowd.
But the IT crowd is fun. I need to see the whole thing, but it's really fun. And go watch this Joe Rogan thing if you want to find out like what this. And by the way, the tweets we don't have to show them. We talked about them yesterday. He said something about if there's a dude in your bathroom, ladies, ask him to leave, call the cops, or punch him in the balls. That might have been the worst one. The other one had nothing to do with transgenderism. Genderism. It is maybe I had the stroke this time. Is a group of migrants, and he just put I could smell this picture from here. And then he followed it up with some and he's all misogynists and homophobes. Fuck them. And I'm like, wait a minute. So if he's getting arrested for that, I've been called that 3 times today. That was just by my wife.
I was not ready for that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not good. We have a lot of viewers and listeners in the UK, probably from back in the Doctor Who days and Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. Well, and also I'm a big fan of the culture there, of the true British culture there. I grew up on so many of the shows and so much of the music, and it's the country I've visited the most, and I love the country. It's a fucking beautiful country. Clarkson's Farm. It's a goddamn great show. But yeah, I hate to see what's happened to it. So keep fighting over there.
Yeah.
All right.
And there is
Oh, we have some breaking news.
yeah. Yeah.
Graham Linehan strikes back after being arrested by 5 armed police officers, spending 16 hours in custody and taking a trip to AE, whatever AE is he's suing the Met Police. Good. Daniel Burke, a top solicitor, that's a lawyer for all you Merkins, solicitor, appointed by the speech union, is going to help Grand sue the Met Police for wrongful arrest and false imprisonment, as well as breaches of his free speech rights. We want to send the police a message in this case. You cannot use these heavy-handed Gestapo tactics with impunity. Yeah, it is mind-boggling. It is fucking mind-boggling that they'll frame this somehow. If you're against what the Metro Police did, you're the Nazi. They will frame it like that.
But they need to go even further, create a fund, not just for him, he's high profile, or everyone falsely they need to make it so annoying it's not worth it anymore.
No.
Start a fund to every time they do this.
Yes. Because that's what they want. Because Chris, you're right. Because that's exactly what the Metro Police and the state in the UK wants to do to you. They want to annoy you. So they're not going to lock you up forever. But just the possibility of being locked up or some fine, you'll go, fine, I won't say anything. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to curb speech. And where does it end? Do we have to keep asking this fucking question? Where does it end?
Elon helped out Gina. Sorry, Gary. Elon helped out Gina Carano. Maybe he could help with this. Start a fund. Every time the police do this, a suit is filed to the point where they can't deal with it. They're fighting lawsuits, not doing their effing jobs.
Yep. So he's suing him. Good. Go to that one clip. The last clip we'll go over is the one person defending it. X-Ray Girl, it's in
this one?
Yes. Oh, by the way, Count Dacula has been all over this on Twitter. I mean, and this happened to him years ago when his little pug did a Nazi salute. By the way, the pug is passed, by the way, R.I.P. doggo. So he knows a little bit about this. Been to court, drained his finances, fucked his fucking life. Now, he was able to turn it around because he's not a pussy and he stood up to this. Hail Count Dacula. Fucking international treasure he is. Funny dude. So he's been all over this. But yeah, this is... let's listen to this.
According to Graham Linehan, because the only thing the police have said is that they've acknowledged a man was arrested on suspicion of inciting violence. That's why the police say they turned up. What's your view, Mr. Polanski?
These are totally unacceptable tweets, and I accept that people who are in politics, we get lots of abuse, but let's also face we shouldn't get abuse, and I certainly recognise that women get more abuse than I do, for instance.
Why shouldn't you? Okay, what's abuse and why shouldn't you get it? Physical abuse or verbal? This guy sucks as a politician. Would you consider that abuse? What if you actually suck as a politician? These are little ponces that are running your country.
Certainly recognise that women get more abuse than I do, for instance. I get a lot of anti-Semitic abuse. I'm one of a few Jewish leaders that have been in British politics. Today, a Muslim man was elected as my deputy leader, Motin Ali. I've seen the amount of Islamophobia he gets. We also know that for all of those groups, trans people have been in the sights of the nastiness and the toxicity for a long time. Now, I accept proportionality of police.
Any grown-ass man who talks like that unironically, I'm not taking any of their opinion on it. Seriously. So what exactly are you doing to fix the country? You're a politician, and this is what you're concerning yourself about. Hit play.
Now, I accept proportionality of police response is a conversation we need to have.
But do you think this was proportionate?
I think it was proportionate to arrest him. I think there's a pattern.
What? 5 armed police officers turning.
You're fucked.
F that guy. F that guy.
Yes, they should arrest him. Does this guy even know what the tweets were? Let's find out.
police officers turning up.
Well, that's the bit that I don't understand why they were armed.
Yeah.
And again, I'd need to hear about the police
and why
response.
there was
Okay,
five.
you don't
Really?
understand why they're armed. They're in the airport, bro. This is your country. They're armed in the airport. And why do you think they're armed in the airport, guys? Why do you think the British the airport security is armed in the airport? Well, to fight white supremacy, obviously. Go on.
There were 5, presumably.
For sure.
According to Graham.
So, yeah, that guy was completely down with it, Chris. Oh, yeah, I think it was proportionate.
That guy should not be in leadership in any form. It takes real leadership to say enough. What is I really, I mean, look, not like America's much better, but we do have people who push back in positions of power. We have people who push back. But in the UK, it seems like both parties are uniformly just lockstep with this nonsense. But if you could share the screen I have there, X-ray, get your Guy Fawkes mask now while they're still available. Just look up V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes mask. Get them in the UK until you can't get them. Just Google that.
I have 2 of the OGs, right? So there's the one that, oh God, I forgot the name of the company. It's $150 and they made a prop. But yeah, the DC Direct did it. But the ones, the cheap ones they gave away, the first place they gave those away, Chris.
Where?
WonderCon.
Oh, wow.
When they premiered V for Vendetta and they put those little plastic masks under everybody's seats. And I still have mine.
Came out what, 2005, 2006?
Something like that.
That movie could never be made today.
Well, I mean, one reason is it was produced by the Wachowski brothers. So there's that. And then
right.
Sorry, I had to get that joke in there somewhere. And wouldn't be made today. I think it would. Because of the villain, right? So they just they make it a big Donald Trump allegory. And not have the self-awareness of the police state that I mean, we just had a president who was like last year who was locking up people who went to the Capitol for too long because they were political opponents, whether you like Steve Bannon or not. Dude went to jail. Roger Stone almost went to jail. Owen Schroyer, who's in the news, went to jail he's in the news for other things. A lot of people went to jail. They trumped up false accusations against the president. He beat them all, by the way. The current president beat them all, but there's still people who believe it. But all of a sudden now Hollywood is against the government again after taking 4 years off and seeing all that crazy fucking shit happen. And again, they're fucking quiet on something like this because they're all full of shit. Jeff up north has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships with $25. Thanks, Jeff. Go check out his channel. The man's looking for old copper mines, ancient copper mines up there in Michigan. Yes, they were mining copper back in the olden days. Hey, Gary, I would like to thank you and JD DeLay, who I met a couple weeks ago, have helped me with my addiction to porn. It's not as bad as drugs, but my life is getting better. Thank you. God bless. Oh, hell yeah. Addictions of all kinds are bad. Things in moderation are fine, but if it is interfering with your life and you're taking it upon yourself to improve your life, that is good. That is good. JD DeLay is awesome. Met him a couple weeks ago with the Unsub guys. We got to get him on. I'm looking to see. Toby Young's Free Speech Union have a legal fundraiser for Graham Linehan to file a lawsuit against the Metropolitan Police for overreach. Thank you. UK politics, leftists. From ARG, another name for $9.99. You are correct. 2 developments today in the Linehan case. One, the law that the police are citing against doesn't exist. I'm going to read that again. 2 developments today in the Linehan case. 1, the law that the police are citing doesn't exist. And 2, Nigel Garage is addressing your Congress and dropping bombs on the UK's demise. Is probably meant Farage, but I like Garage. I like that.
Sure.
Nigel is, man, he's just not the right guy. Nigel Farage, at times he can sound great, and at other times he sounds cringe as fuck. He's just not the right guy to lead the movement. I don't know who is. You tell me, UK. Are there any more?
As should lead.
Yes, I think as
would be great. He needs a rant that's like that Starship Field, whatever. I forget the game. I remember the rant, but he needs a rant about that.
He does. Just some guy for 20 British pounds. Thank you very much. Don't know if it came up already, but that Green Party leader, Zach Palensky, used to be a hypnotist who claimed he could make women's breasts larger with the power of his mind. Well, fuck, he's got my vote. I'm not making that up. No shit. No shit. Oh my God. Rage Mage the 13th has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. Thank you. Fucking European politics. What, like, there was a porn star in the Italian parliament. This was years ago. Like, that stuff's wacky, and I think it's kind of funny, right? Oh, the Italian prime minister, Georgia. I like her. She's a Tolkien fan too.
Have you seen this British counselor yet, Gary? I don't know if you have.
Let's take a look.
They did a litter cleanup.
Zoom in on the video.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I couldn't tell you if it was muted or not. That's not what I'm.
Which one is the British counselor, you think?
I think she could double as a flotation device on a plane. You'd want to be sitting next to her.
Oh my God.
With those calcium cannons, those mommy milkers, those fun pillows.
We might have just got arrested in the UK.
We might have got arrested, but she's got my vote, man. She can go out. She can clean my neighborhood anytime. There you go. God damn, that shirt is doing a lot of work right there, Chris. Holy shit.
Atari was stretched to the limits. Yeah. Holy cow.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. That poor girl's going to have some back problems later on. But in the meantime, enjoy, boys. Motorboat. Gary, I'm disappointed in you. Mexi Rage says for $5. Something I heard from my dad every day, buddy. As a Mahler, an X-ray, because none of you said a succulent Chinese meal when Mahler said, what is the charge? Be safe, UK. Damn it. That is Mexi Rage, you're right. Get your hands off my penis. You don't know that? Oh my God.
No.
You guys don't know that?
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm surprised you don't know that then. Where is it from?
It's from Australia. Long time ago. He just passed away. Dude's a legend. Now we got to find it. Hang on. Do we find it on YouTube? Charles Doza eating a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
Okay.
You see it?
Pulling it up, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Rest in peace. He just passed away. Well, he got arrested for things, but this is him getting arrested.
You just assured me that I could speak. Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest. Look, I'm under what? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! You got me on the penis before. Why did you do this? For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off me.
One of the greatest arrests ever. Rest in peace, you legend.
Wow.
Democracy manifest.
Wow. That was intense.
That was awesome.
Oh my God.
It makes me ashamed of how I behaved when I was arrested. I was very compliant. I should have been all democracy manifest.
Gary, we may have breaking news.
Breaking
here.
news. What is it?
Man of Tomorrow in theaters, July 9th, 2027, announced by James Gunn. Let me share screen.
Is
here
that
real
Superman
quick.
2?
I guess so. It's from James Gunn. There you go.
Remember when I suggested that should be the title of this movie, not Superman Legacy?
Well, Gunn watches the Nooner.
Of course.
Clearly.
No, he doesn't.
But here it is. This is like, I don't know, God, just not like 15 minutes ago, less than half hour.
So we have an announcement. James Gunn's Superman's James Gunn's Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
July 9th.
So we got a Supergirl next summer. Summer after that, Superman movie. He's got Lex in that outfit.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Which is, I thought we'd see it in this movie, but I don't know.
Well, I think that as talked about it, there was. Remember, we talked to a person, and that person said there was 2 post-credit scenes that they saw.
Yes,
that didn't end up in the movie.
Did not end up in the movie. Yes.
And one was Brainiac. So maybe Az says maybe they moved that to Supergirl. I'm like, maybe. But I thought they weren't going into production until they had a completed solid script, Chris. That's what I was told. We're going to stick with their plan.
Yeah, well, they're on a schedule.
They're on a schedule, and it's better to do this than lead things into thing like Peacemaker and Supergirl. So they're setting up this like Superman first, and it's I'm guessing it's because they can't bring in Batman. I'm pretty sure James Gunn wants to bring in Batman. I'm pretty sure he wants to.
I don't want to see James Gunn's Batman.
I don't either.
I don't. Please tell me someone else is writing and directing. Because David is a great Superman.
It's cked. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Who needs someone who's going to actually showcase that? You're great at obscure characters, but Superman doesn't fit your style, in my opinion.
Your opinion's correct.
Yeah,
like it. That is a correct opinion. He is not fit for Superman.
Oh man. The comment. That's not tomorrow. It's in 2 years. Scorsese, absolute cinema.
Yep.
Well, the comments are, he's kind of getting roasted here. Yeah.
Oh, let's see what James Gunn is cooking. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, bot.
2 years. Oh, yeah. It takes about 2 years. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
They're going to have to turn around quick, but.
There you go. The evolution of the Superman suit. And then oh my God. Well, the comments are fire. So are they going to shoehorn Pattinson into the DC?
No. So my theory is contractual obligation with Matt Reeves with that Batman, and then studio combined with studio heads going, we can't have fucking 2 Batman movies in the same year. right? And we can't introduce them even within a year of each other. So let's give Matt Reeves his second one, and there won't be any more. This will be it. And then we'll forge ahead with our Batman. Now, I think the only thing that might change is they'll cast Batman within a year because that will create a lot of positive buzz. But you're not going to have some Matt Reeves cinematic universe when it takes you 5 fucking years to get the sequel out. Okay. Like, it's just not going to happen. So it feels obligatory. And if Penguin doesn't succeed, I'm not sure this movie happens. If Superman was $1 billion movie, I'm not sure that the Batman happens. Just a theory. Just a theory. Real quick, we don't have to see the trailer again because we saw it yesterday. I'm sure you've seen it already. Marvel Zombies. It's fucking animated. All the animated Marvel stuff blows. Like, What If is terrible, which is a shame because What If, one of my favorite comic books, absolutely What If Conan was like in the current Marvel universe was one of my favorite. What if Spider-Man, number one, what if Spider-Man was in the Fantastic Four? Right? What if Elektra had lived? What if the Phoenix had lived? You know, it's like they did a lot of fun stuff. In the cartoon, they and a lot of times, you know, like What If Elektra had lived, written and drawn by Frank Miller. So like you would get like the original creator doing it. But so the What If was just the What If the MCU, and it was basically, what if a girl was a guy? Or what if T'Challa was fucking Star-Lord? It's like, oh, God. You know, and they made the Watcher black. Let's not forget that, too. So they're doing Marvel Zombies, which was a fun little story from the mid-2000s and the early mid-aughts, right? Written by Robert Kirkman, of Walking Dead fame. So it's a little mini series. It was kind of fun, and now they're gonna do this for like a Halloween special, which you'd think is a good idea, except when you get to the protagonists. So who are the protagonists? Chris, do you know who they are?
No.
Marvel's Katie.
Shuri. I haven't watched the trailer.
Oh, I guess we'll have to watch the trailer. They hide one of. You don't want to watch it. It's fine.
Is Ironheart in it?
Ironheart is one of the protagonists. Shuri, Marvel's Katie, Shang-Chi. I'm forgetting Yelena.
Blades
and Blade.
Yeah.
Now,
Phase 4.
and Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, yeah. So it is basically Phase 4 and 5 fighting the zombies of Phases 1 through 3. It is a perfect picture of what the current MCU is, a zombie franchise. I mean, I couldn't have painted or created a better thumbnail, a better picture that if you want to describe it in one concept, it is Ironheart, Marvel's Katie, Shuri, and Yelena fighting a dead zombie Captain America, Iron Man, and Hulk. We have Duke Devil 95, 3 parts for $60. Says, speaking of zombie franchises, I've been watching Strange New Worlds for my channel because I hate myself. Last week's episode 4.5 Vulcans may have been the worst thing labeled Trek ever. I heard it made Spock's brain look like a Shakespearean masterpiece. A serum turns Pike and crew physically and mentally into Vulcans and even changes their hair. Pike's hair looks even more ridiculous. I don't mean, like, he's starting to look like a racer head. They become Vulcan supremacists, are racist towards half Vulcan Spock. Patton Oswalt plays a Vulcan named Doug.
Oh my God.
He's a Katra expert who wants Spock to teach him to be human. He is number one's ex, and she is so thirsty for Doug. I facepalmed so much that I concussed myself. I'd rather watch Crusher have sex with a ghost again. Can't wait for Starfleet Academy. Yeah, I might have to do a video on Strange New Worlds. I haven't. It might be time. It might be time. So,
You have
Chris,
to.
so Marvel Zombies. Did you ever read the original comic?
I never did.
It's good. Somebody brought it up yesterday, but it's got little things where when a zombie feasts, they get some of their old brain back, and Spider Zombie feels really bad about eating Aunt May and Mary Jane. So he's full in zombie mode, and then he eats, and he gets kind of human again, and then he starts feeling bad. It was a fun little story. You saw a glimpse of it in Spider-Man Far From Home. Remember? I doubt anybody remembers much of this movie. In the Mysterio scene where he's in the trippy Mysterio scene, you see like a zombie Iron Man. That's a nod to Marvel Zombies. And this is when the zombie thing was really taking off in the mid-aughts. But now it's like, I think you could only watch the cringe factor will be there. But yes, they hid the fact that Ironheart is in the show, but they didn't put her in the trailer, or she's not prominent in the trailer. So it's a bunch of women and Yelena delivering her like just really deadpan dialogue that makes you want to fall asleep. Hey Gary, you go. Sorry, go on.
Yelena.
It's
great. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Hey Gary, you going to see to the San Antonio Comic-Con? We'll love to see you there again. I am. SpaceCon. We'll be there. Gabby Max Gaming for $5. Odinson for $10 says the animated Crisis on Infinite Earths wiped the Super Friends, Batman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, and Teen Titans Go from existence and made Superman a feckless wonder. I loathe modern day pop culture. I do too. Chris Gore, bumped into you a couple of times at Dragon Con. You've lost a few pounds since I met you at Anime Matsuri. Congrats, brother. Says
there you go.
For $5.
It's good.
So, you did a lot of panels. Is there anything insightful you can bring to us without getting people in trouble? Any of those panels?
Well, I don't know. There are really good panels. One on David Lynch was great. I wish I recorded that one. But there was a directing panel, and all the people on the panel, except for me, worked on Marvel stuff in Atlanta. They were all local filmmakers. This was a panel about directing, and I learned a lot about how Marvel works. The panel is recorded and for members only on the Film Thread channel, only because I don't know if those guys really wanted it to be recorded. I thought I would share it.
Well, it's recorded by the audience. I mean,
yeah. It's Kevin Feige is way more involved in details of things. And one of the guys worked on No Way Home. And the whole thing in the third act with the other two, Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Kind of came together at the last minute. It did come together at the very last minute of that movie. So, and people didn't even know if it would actually happen. And it happened. So,
yeah.
And the guy tells the story of like how that played out, because he worked in a key position where he dealt with like Tom Holland and people. So it was, I was there to listen because I thought, well, this is great. Maybe we'll talk directing, but these guys have all worked on, and also learned they were seriously developing Blade. They had a whole action sequence with Blade on a horse trying to take over a train.
Oh,
okay,
vampires?
I don't know what. I'm just relaying what I was told. And it's weird. It sounds like what they do, they make action sequences before they have scripts.
Yes.
So action sequence, but then they have to have the stuff that leads to it. So.
Well, that's what Kevin Smith bitched out with John Peters.
Right.
And with the Nicolas Cage Superman, he wanted that giant spider. Well, and people laughed at the time. That's exactly what Marvel does. And this goes all the way back to the Black Widow film. I'm forgetting the director's name, but she was some indie director, and she turned down the project because Marvel's all, hey, strong female director that we're going to announce as a strong female director directing a female lead movie. Don't worry, little lady. We got the action scenes for you.
Yeah,
you don't
the
have to
action
direct
scenes
those.
are all but I think they do that to all the directors, and the person running things down to the details of how props look is Kevin. He utilizes that power. By the way, I don't know if this is breaking news or not, but I just got a press release from Amazon. Sophie Turner confirmed as Lara Croft in Tomb Raider series.
What
is that?
Let's find out. Let's go to Deadline.
No, I have the press release.
Yep,
right in front of me.
Sophie Turner as Lara Croft. I think that's actually terrible casting.
Yeah, well.
So you got like a bony, bird-like Lara Croft. Maybe she got a boob job. I don't know. I don't think it's great casting. Partially because I don't know if Sophie Turner can actually act outside of Game
or
of
do
Thrones.
action.
Yeah. I don't know either.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get a lot of, well, at least she's white. But yeah, I don't think it's great casting. You'll have to go to the Lara Croft fans out there and see what they think. I'm not. What is series new co-showrunner? What's that about? Hang on. So okay, Tomb Raider, Sophie Turner set as Lara Croft. Chad Hodge joins Phoebe Waller-Bridge as co-showrunner. Amazon. So yeah, so this is still run by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So it's fucking DOA.
Yeah,
it is DOA. Not great casting. Thank you, Chris. That's breaking news. We're breaking some news today.
Lots of breaking news on this show. It's weird.
Sophie Turner. What?
I know. That's a safe choice to me.
I don't. Yeah.
At least she has an accent. That's good.
That's great. She doesn't look anything like Lara Croft at all.
That's why you have hair dye.
Not even with hair dye. Sophie Turner is very angular and pointy. Lara Croft is not.
She's not even voluptuous.
Yeah, she's not voluptuous. She ain't got big titties. Okay, let's just come out and say it. She ain't got big titties. Had a blast with Chris, Devin, and Rizkit and the fans. It says Razor Burn for $2.
Hey, Razor Bird. Good to see you, man. It was great hanging out. He came to a bunch of panels. And we just had a little meetup on Saturday, and people were drinking. That's all I'm going to say. People were drinking.
I saw that. I saw I saw your video, the loneliest guy at Dragon Con.
That was my friend Shane.
Oh my God.
I knew where he was, and I'm like, I'm going to zoom in on him. But there was some crazy. I wonder if I can share. I'll try to share this.
Bro, I'm going to be real though. Like the con itself, like going in and shopping for comic books, which I saw no video of at all.
There's the dealer's floor.
All I saw was video in the fucking hallway with all the people cosplaying and dancing to techno or whatever. It's like, I ain't doing that shit.
I have those videos. They're
I ain't doing that shit.
Look, no, here, see? There's lots. Here, let me play this one here.
Okay, what about talk to me about the fucking guy who got a yeah.
What?
Can't imagine why I would want to go to this.
Jam. Oh my gosh.
That's got a guy dressed as the bear. We got people. That's the
that's funny.
Lounge. People are limboing.
Oh,
that looks super fun for you guys. I hope you have tons of fun.
We had a blast.
It's amazing. It does look amazing.
We had a blast.
I think I'd have fun there.
There you go. You would have a blast.
Is that the Headless Horseman?
They're all limboing.
That's great.
Look at all right. So that just a short video.
Chris,
you a taste.
Talk to me about the AI booth that got arrested.
I don't know anything about that. What happened? There's articles.
There was an AI fill in the blanks. Clownfish did a video. AI booth was there, was asked to leave. I don't necessarily know if it was they were asked to leave for AI. If they were asked to leave for AI, that's lame. That's fucking lame. So the guy refused to leave, and then the cops were called. But this is on the heels of Heather Antos complaining about an AI booth and having a protest set up at a fan expo, right? And as Neon correctly pointed out on Twitter, most of Artist Alley is filled with people doing repurposed prints of IPs they don't own, to the point of they basically put a filter on a frame of Lord of the Rings or some MCU film and then sell it as art.
Right. There's a lot of like remixing. It's almost human AI. We've talked about that. Like a human AI is like remixing like the Alien films to get Alien Romulus, right? Or parts of Alien Earth.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so it is a little ironic in that sense. I still don't know how I feel about AI. I like the funny videos, like trailers, and weird shit. Like,
yeah, but when it comes to this art, I don't know if they were stealing it or whatever. But that shouldn't even be it looks like they were trying to make it original. I don't know, but they're being singled out because they're AI. Is bullshit, and you're not going to be able to fight that. You're going to be completely outnumbered in these cons in the next 2 years. You just are, whether you like it or not. Like you can't unmake. It's like the conversation we have in FNT. It's like I'm not for or against it. It's a tool. It's a tool, and it depends on how people use it. Right? That's it. You don't. You can't do anything about the tool. But yeah, the trailers are fun. Some of them are fine. I watch them, but I hate the history shit. That like the long form stuff that gets caught up in my other long form stuff is fucking garbage.
I've accidentally watched a few of those, and as soon as I know it's AI, I'm out. It's like garbage.
Do you want to do like Hillbilly Star Trek or something like that? That's fine. It's funny.
That's funny. I like those Hillbilly, Harry Potter or whatever.
But if you're like, we're gonna like rip off all of Randall Carlson's points of the younger Dryas and feed it through Chat GPT or Grok and make some garbage video on it. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
And you could tell like the voice has no inflection. They're getting better with inflection, but you could tell it's not a real voice.
It's like robotic almost.
Yeah, yes. Robo 96 for 20 British pounds should also be mentioned. How in the UK and especially the US, you're policed on what you can say about Israel. So speaking out against them can lead to you getting excommunicated. It's all part of the same issue, just different agendas. It really depends on what the state agenda is at the time. Right? We were policed on COVID. We can pretty much freely talk about COVID now that everybody knows it's bullshit. And there's still half the country who refuses to believe it's bullshit because of where that information comes from. Because it's just this fucking battle of the fringes all the fucking time. God, is it tiresome. But, we're going to have to put up with it for a while. And we can't do the, I just want to be left alone shit anymore, which was basically what our generation was supposed to be famous for. Is we just want to be left alone. We would just want to do our own fucking thing. We can't do that anymore. We can't because they're interfering with our own fucking thing. But you're right. You're right. There's certain takes you can't have on certain things. My thoughts on the war in the sandbox. I don't give a fuck. America first. John Wayne for $20. All the people that the political elite in government says they're trying to protect, shifting your speech is just their excuse to protect themselves from rightful criticism and to retain power and control over you. 100%. 100%. And that's why it's got to be fought everywhere, right? Some of the things, like, it's fun and games over here, Chris. We talk about Star Wars. We talk about a boys brand, not a boy band. Boys brand turning into be a girls brand. We talk about the MCU. We talk about the emasculation of male properties. But we've always said once in a while, Chris, it's bigger than Star Wars. The stuff we've been talking about, it's bigger than Star Wars. It's part of pop culture. This is the story. This is our story. It is part of culture, and it's falling apart, degrading, being purposely destroyed to demoralize you and to insert control over you. And they want to do it in every facet of your life. They want to do it with your fucking beer and your Cracker Barrel. They tried to get to fucking Harley Davidson, John Deere, your tractor. They want to get you everywhere. They want to bug you to death so you just stop. And they have the fucking resources to do it. And the fucked up thing, Chris, is we're paying for it. We're paying for our own oppression. We're paying for our own. The government is trying to annoy the fuck out of us into oppression, to where we just go, leave me alone, don't bother me. I won't say anything anymore. I'll just curb my speech every fucking day so I don't offend somebody. And all for that last super chat so they can maintain control over us. So this is why you need heretics and people with fucking big mouths. You do. This is why you need complainers. Yeah. You do. Mr. Z for $19.99. Hail all. Why on earth would Yelena have a Russian accent if the Red Room taught them so well to blend in as they train perfect spies, all these different languages, etc. ScarJo didn't have one. I could go on and on, but help me. I know, for one, Florence Pugh is cute. She's very cute. And they uglify her. And her accent is terrible. She could actually act. Just give her a fucking accent. Give her a hotter uniform. But she's discount Black Widow. And she's not a compelling character. She's been in 3 failures. She's been in Hawkeye. She's been prominent in 3 failures. Hawkeye, Black Widow, Thunderbolts. Like, why in the hell would you go ahead with this person? And who's going to who's going to be up front in Doomsday for the good guys? Captain African American, Yelena, and Pedro Pascal. And when Ian McKellen shows up, he will be the least gay thing there. Carlos Lima for $5 says the reason X-Ray Girl is afraid of lizards is because her ancestors were always running away from Godzilla.
It's so true.
It's true. I mean, it's true. X-Rays, oh boy, here we go. X-Ray's future pet warrior monitor for $5. Humans shouldn't be unjustly kept in cages. Pet water monitors can be, as long as you let them out for hugs. Hint, hint, X-Ray Girl. These are weird. Thank you.
Hi, Nakmaman.
A succulent Chinese meal, or as the Sims call her, X-Ray Girl. Oh, God.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
I don't feel comfortable reading these things, okay? You should read those, X-Ray Girl.
Next time.
Chris, did you hear about the guy tossed out of DragonCon Artist Alley for AI? We just talked about it. Yeah, John Thomas for $5. Yeah. But you probably didn't even notice it happen.
I was doing other stuff, but I'm catching up.
So I don't know the details of like if he did something. Again, if it's just over his AI art, that's fucking wrong. That's bullshit. And you're not going to make any friends, especially when most of these fucking hypocrite motherfucking artists. Okay, if it was for AI, and if it was the artists in Artist Alley, which I don't know, were the ones who complain about it, especially the ones who have the Hugh Jackman Wolverine print that they put 2 Adobe Photoshop filters over and charged you $20 for. Okay. If it was that, you motherfuckers are going to be using, you're using AI now, you hypocrites. They're already using AI, Chris. A bunch of people who are against AI are fucking using it.
Yes. It's that's why it's sort of a subtle. There needs to be a nuanced conversation about AI.
A lot of things, to be honest.
And I don't know how to do it. The people that are adamant against it, I'm open-minded. But, you know, I think it's already being used. I mean, Bob Iger admitted it.
Yeah, they're starting to openly admit it. I talked to an exec at a streamer who said, "Oh yeah, there's 2 major directors who are going outside of the studio and doing full AI movies right now."
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy who did what movie did we just saw? Eddington.
Yes, Ari Aster.
Yeah, he talked about it, and he's all, I'm not using it now, but I'll eventually use it. So we're starting to get like normal conversations about it, right?
Like, what do people think Photoshop is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's driven by a human, but so is the AI. Like, I really do think it comes down to rights. You need to own the data sets that you use to make whatever you're exporting, right?
Yep.
It's going to make movies bigger. It's going to really help independence. But studios will try to limit. Yeah.
A lot. That's why they're trying to control it, dude. They're trying to control the indie films that are going to use it. And they're going to use it, and they're going to start passing them up because they are not restricted by unions to hire a bunch of people that cost hundreds of millions of dollars when those hundreds of people you see on fucking credits now. It was funny. Melissa turns like at the end of Superman, we're seeing all these names. She's all, they're all going to get replaced by AI.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. They are. And that's just a fact. And it's because you priced yourself out with the unions. But it's not all your fault either because your skills are worth money. You absolutely are worth money. But then they started farming out to cheaper labor. And also there was a big I remember talking about this with fellow editors. There was a big problem of editors underselling themselves just to get going for that whole like, oh, we'll let you edit for credit, for exposure. We'll let you edit. Too many people did that, and that undercuts people who are getting paid too.
Yep.
Your time is worth money. Absolutely. And your skill is worth money. The problem is it got too expensive. It did. That's 2D animation. You know, what's going to bring back 2D animation? AI. AI will bring back 2D animation. It won't have the craftsmanship and skill of a human doing it, but it's just too expensive and there's not enough reward for it. And we'll see if people put up with it. It's going to take over comics like any day now.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
How it's going to now, will it kill the creative spirit of illustrators, writers? Like that's my fear.
I think
my fear is like, why bother when I can take my style and have AI just
there's a Rush song.
My style.
There's a Rush song called Spirit of Radio that kind of talks about this, like things can still have soul, basically. That's the whole point of it. It's like, there's changes to the instruments and stuff and they can still have soul. And I think talented people will still be talented, but you're asking about like, will it drive more talent or people, there is a limited pool. There is a finite number of talented people in the world who can do a certain thing. They're going to be drawn to where their passion is and where they can make a living. So is it going to be comic books or storyboards or effects now, or is that talent going to go to something else? Like designing the AI or probably, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. The talent pool in Hollywood has been watered down so badly at this point that it's ushering in the era they fear because of that watered down talent pool. So Garrett brought it up on Friday and I had a debate with Shad about it. And my whole point was, okay, Photoshop, humans, it's not Photoshop's fault. I use Photoshop. I like Photoshop and I think it's a great tool.
I like Photoshop too.
Humans using Photoshop have made the movie poster shitty. Like the movie posters suck. They fucking suck. Look at that fucking Jurassic World movie poster from this year. That's fucking terrible. It's horrible.
Low effort. Bad. I miss Drew Struzan.
Yes.
Like Raiders, and so many great posters. Flash Gordon.
And the comic book cover has suffered too. And it's because, it's laziness. It's human laziness. It's not Photoshop. It is not the tool. It is the human. But that's to Garrett's point. Garrett's point is, it's gonna hurt the human drive for creativity, which it does. So that artist who had some talent, who made that, who started out having some talent, made that Ironheart poster, for one, was approved too soon. And no effort went into it at all. It wasn't centered correctly. It wasn't dynamic at all. And it was because they were like, I'll just throw something together in Photoshop because I can't think of anything or something. That's killing your creative drive. Both things can be true.
Yep.
Hale saw The Empire Strikes Back in Vegas. So fun. Good time. I don't know how much longer it's going to be around, Chris. The Empire Strikes Back.
I have no idea, but how weird is it that last weekend a 50-year-old movie was number 2 at the box office?
Crazy.
Not surprised.
And more and more movies, I get announcements daily about this film. It chapter 1 is coming back to theaters. Theaters don't have anything.
No, Regal is showing all the Harry Potter movies right now, and I'm like, fuck, I want to go one. I want to go.
The Toby Spider-Man movies are getting re-released.
They're getting re-released.
Back to the Future's coming out.
Batman.
Back to the Future's.
Batman's
Yes.
coming. Back to the Future's coming in IMAX, and I'm fucking seeing that for sure.
Batman's out now with Batman Returns.
Yep.
It's insane, the sheer number of old films being released.
I want to go watch those. Dang.
Again.
In the States, not here.
The infamous El Guapo. I'm glad all these failures, such as Superman and Fantastic Four, even though Hollywood has not learned their lesson and blame male audiences for not watching our movies. But movies like Deathstalker might be small signs of victory. The OG was crazy, but boobs. Mobland and such is way better than any movies coming out right now. I was surprised how great Landman was. My favorite from Sheridan. Landman is surprisingly good. Like, Billy Bob is fucking great in it. Also, Reacher was really good, and thanks for the recommendation. Although I think I like season 2 more than season 3. You seem to, I didn't like season 2 as much as season 3. I didn't hate them, but I didn't like season 2 as much as I like season 3. But Tulsa King, I like both seasons, and that we have a trailer that just came out. It's got everybody in it. 7 dead AfD German politicians in the last day. What? Oh, I heard about that. 7 dead German politicians in the last day. That's is that true? Sounds like Mexico.
No.
What?
What the fuck?
Suspish.
Saw the Toxic Avenger and I loved it, says Gamer Gramps for $5. Have you seen it yet, Chris?
I have not seen it. Not seen it.
There are 2 things Superman James Gunn did that brought me joy. One, Jeremy had to admit that he liked BVS more than another movie. And 2, the birthday cake cookie dough blizzard at DQ. Thanks. There you go. There you go. Didn't realize that Primitive War was already leaving theaters this week. The closest place showing it is an hour away, and I woke up early to go there. It was worth every penny. Luke did great. Nate Scott, yeah, Luke Sparks did fucking amazing. There's an interview with him with the Critical Drinker from yesterday. Go check out. It'll probably be on Extra Shots.
Drinker talked to him. We talked to him a week ago. So,
yeah, and there's an interview with great. Film Threat, and you talked to him a week ago, and it's still on your Film Threat channel, correct?
That's right.
There you go. What he said yesterday is the UK is lined up, right? So it'll be coming out in the UK soon, and this thing was independently backed, so he's got to do right by his backers, and he's trying to get the best deal possible so they can get their investment back, basically. But the UK is lined up. I think it'll probably hit streaming. I think it does a little theater run and then probably hits PVOD. So definitely watch it. It's a really fun movie. It is a fun movie. I loved it. I want to own it on 4K, Chris. I'm not even sure if it was shot on 4K, but I want to own it on 4K. Carlos Lima for $5. In the midnight hour, she cried more, more, more. With a rebel yell, she cried more, more, more. Wow. She did. I was going to make a joke, Carlos, but I won't. Defending Truth for $2. James Gunn is the white M. Night Shyamalan. Demon Slayer for 40 yen says Ed Bennis makes best cakes in DC. Chris should try it. Chris should try. Mexi Rage for $5. When are we going to stop doing this stupid, subversive, not taking anything seriously and having no earnest, normal storytelling and inspire the next generation? Well, that's certainly what should have been in Superman. I don't expect Peacemaker to inspire anybody. It's not there to inspire anybody. But it's just, it's irreverently dumb. Superman should inspire. Texas Sam for $5. It's a she because they could smell fish in Alien. See, they're doing a purposeful thing. They're calling the creatures she instead of him because that's their default, right? So that's the new default in 100 years in the future is she. Instead of calling it, which they would normally call it because it's a fucking creature. Why would you just randomly say, why would you say he? But you're more likely to say he unless, you're trying to have a progressive future. Now, did you see what Noah Hawley, quickly, I'll just go over the headline, said about the last episode of Alien. If you don't think it's about current fucking day. You got it? X-Ray go. Alien Earth creator on that wild standalone movie episode. Fucking wild. There's nothing wild about it. It was boring as fuck and predictable. Especially the twist. So Alien Earth creator on that wild standalone movie episode and the Elon Musk inspired twist. So you know what the fucking twist was, guys? The twist was what made this ship crash? Well, it was a saboteur who we meet late in the episode, and he dies 5 minutes later, so he's not a member of this new crew. I'm not going to bore you with the details. And he becomes a saboteur because Boy Cavalier, who is the Elon Musk of this story, just calls him on the ship and goes, hey, you want to totally be a saboteur? Now, this is a Weyland-Yutani ship. Do you think they're recording every conversation? Well, apparently they are. But this boy genius wasn't worried about it, and the security guard found out by going over just some of the phone calls. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's stupid. It's this statement that's stupid. I'll just read it. You don't have to scroll to it. This is Noah Hawley. This is directed at Elon Musk. I don't look at tech billionaires and think these guys are orchestrating some master plan. Hawley replies. A billionaire who has created SpaceX, bought Twitter, created Tesla, doesn't have a plan, Noah, but I'll let you continue. I think you have a lot of ADHD billionaires with impulse control issues. You are writing a bloated series with a shitty fucking narrative that is nothing but having impulse control issues. You know what Hollywood is famous for, Chris? You know what Hollywood is absolutely famous for?
What?
Impulse control issues. They have a lot of impulse control issues. Ask Harvey Weinstein. I don't think anybody from fucking Hollywood should be lecturing anybody on impulse control issues. You fucking retards. But Noah Hawley, the TV showrunner of Make Believe, is going to question a billionaire's planning when he's pretty much landing fucking giant skyscrapers here in Texas. You say what you want about Elon. Like, Elon will impregnate every fucking woman he sees. Like, he's got his flaws. But, like, to say he doesn't have a plan and to insinuate that you're smarter than him, that he might have a higher IQ, but I'm more clever. Get the fuck out of here. I just watched your show, dude. It's retarded. That's all. But it's more current day shit. It's like, we're going to make it a transhuman. What's like transhumanism in sci-fi is great. Love it. Of course, they're going to bring up Elon and not bring up anybody else. You notice they never bring up characters like Klaus Schwab if he didn't fool everybody into like being woke, every bad guy would be based on him. George Soros.
Yeah.
Both of those guys look like fucking Bond villains. If they were on the other side, every movie would be about George Soros and Klaus Schwab. Every single fucking one. Gary, the best way to counter the people who want to uglify women in comics and media, take them to Dragon Con, where nearly all the women dress as sexy characters, even the ones that shouldn't. Says Larry Escher for $10. Well, there should be some comic creators at Dragon Con. Weren't they there, Chris?
Yes, there were.
There were. But their work girlfriend editors won't allow it. Davyverse for £2 Insert meme. I've heard you're a racist. How now, father? Did you see all the over the weekend? You saw the Savant trailer, Chris? Have you reacted?
I didn't see it. Oh no,
Okay.
I did see it.
There's a meme.
Oh my God, that trailer is terrible.
There's a meme that's been born and I think already died, but it's pretty funny. It accelerated so fast, and it's Jessica Chastain like looking at the computer screen, and the show's pretty much Reddit. So people are taking Reddit quotes, So this is getting memed to hell, and there's some of them are pretty clever.
I think it's like White Lady Saves the World.
It is.
That's what it is.
But they're using like Reddit quotes. Basically, like there's just one I'm going to paraphrase that going, they call things they don't like gay and retarded. They call each other gay and retarded, yet they like each other. Stuff like that.
Oh my God. It looks, I saw the trailer finally.
What does that mean?
So dumb.
Why do they love the Society of Starship Troopers so much? Don't they understand the film is mocking them? Stuff like that, dude. It's really good. They're obsessed with Kaiser milkers. My research shows that the Kaiseria collapsed almost 1,000 years ago. They talk about having some kind of monologue, which is completely internal, totally inside their head. Interesting. But they already beat Carthage 50 years ago. Why must it be destroyed now? They keep referring to urban youths as scholars. They seem to be very interested in what people are having for breakfast. Or they're posting images of JD Vance looking like a chubby baby, but they like him, so they're funny. They're nuanced. They're funny. Oh, wait, I don't understand. They seem to keep posting pics of gifts of Homelander from The Boys, but in a positive light. Don't they know he's the bad guy? It's brilliant. I love it. D for $20 says, the wars of the future will not be between House Atreides and House Harkonnen, or the Jedi or the Sith, or Starfleet or Romulan. It will be between men and women, each side with their robots and AI. Who wins? I think the women win, because we'll just give up because their robots will be programmed to just complain. And we'll end ourselves. Dystopian Phantom 595 for 70 Zardoz. The Acolyte proved that the Force was indeed male, since it impregnated a black lesbian, because we all know that her partner which looked like a she-Bowser, couldn't do shit. She-Bowser. UK citizens should use free speech laws against the government. Report their posts as offensive to the police. That's a good idea. Lord Botha for $4.99. The British Conservative real cons, not Tories, backlash over the next 10 years. If the UK survives, this will make MAGA look centrist. We'll see. Fight for your country. Tell some great hot girl and Martian Manhunter run, says Demon Slayer for 40 yen. Martian, I didn't read a lot of Hot Girl or Martian Manhunter back in the day. They were always part of teams back when I was a youngin' reading mostly Marvel. JSA, Jeff Johns JSA. That's got Hot Girl. It's really good. And Martian Manhunter, Justice League International. Dearest, for $5, the speech laws passed years ago. They threatened arrests and Americans then. I called arrests at airports at the time. Soon will be U.S. citizens. We'll find out when we go there, right? Someday. Funniest part is British people pretending they ever had free speech to begin with, says Quantum Rager Power. Jaws of War for $1.99. Sharia law is very nice to homosexuals and trans. It is. The Lonely Lamentor, you know. I could make a comment there, but I won't. You might just get what you want and find out it wasn't what you want. The Lonely Lamenter for £5 British. We need a new Oliver Cromwell to get rid of the corrupt scumbags. Matthew Hammond for $2. Did you see Elon consider going to? Is going on the Lotus Eaters? Yeah, he should. Absolutely. Go talk to Carl. Buff Geek for $5. UK is now a great example of the slippery slope that happens after giving up those guns for safety. G Mort for £5 as a UK citizen. It's exactly as bad as you think. There's a big protest in London in September. Good luck. Good luck. Robert Hayes for $4.99. I want to see you guys do a video with Kentucky Ballistics. Maybe use his punt gun and some bad movies or something. Kentucky Ballistics. Might be doing something with Unsub. We are, actually. Japanese Demon Lord says, I have been feeling that some oil will be discovered somewhere in the UK very soon, and America will reintroduce some freedom to the UK. LOL. Well, if you need some help, let us know. Rowan Atkinson has a free speech out there for free speech. Very worthy to watch. Also, Bill 20 here in Texas is very vague, cracking the door open for people to abuse. Yes, it is rated M. That's why it needs to go away. Andrew Fay for $4.99. What if everyone in the UK sent an offensive post all at once? Could the UK coordinate an event to flood the police force? I mean,
that's great.
We couldn't suggest something like that. That would be really terrible if a bunch of people coordinated and just started doing that all at once. That would be just fucking hilarious. Do it. Robert Hayes for $4.99. Also, are there any old YouTubers you watch, such as the Angry Video Game Nerd? Old YouTubers that have been around for a long time. A couple. I didn't watch Angry Video Game Nerd, though. I think the oldest YouTuber I watch is Secure Team 10, which is UFO stuff. 8 o'clock for $5. Studying my surgical tech course while listening to the Nooner. Oh, good luck. Screw those British authoritarians. I agree. TNA Projects for $5. The UK woman's shirt was stretched so hard, Atari now has 5 syllables. Hilarious. Hilarious. Krog Base for 50 Swedish krona. Marvel Zombies using the worst woke one-off movie characters so they can technically boast that they have been used diligently. That's all that is. Maybe. Problem is, this thing was made like 2 years ago. It's not like it was made in the last 6 months. This was made in the height of like, we believe in this shit. Rudy for $5. I have a funny what if from long ago. It was, what if Power Man was white? What if Power Man was a girl in Wonder Woman and was a woman? Then had to copyright note. What if Power Man was white? That'd be great. Blade plus 4 girls versus Undead recycled script much? Yeah, it might be a recycled Blade script. Gary, about the psychic chest enlarging politician. He'll be just another typical politician promising double D's while only delivering B's. What about Daphne Keane as Laura Croft? Yes, she'd be a better Laura Croft. She would. Billy D. Shilliams for $2. Sophie got jacked for this role. Abs, but no TDS. No titties. Not TDS, sorry. So she got jacked. That's good, but she got no tits. Lara Croft was angular and pointy on the. Okay, to be fair, you're right. She was actually a square and circles and shit, but that was graphics. But yeah, yes, you are correct. Did you see Gunn announce Superman sequel for 2027? We did talk about it. Enoch Mamon reviews and rants for $2. Heather Cum Dumpster Antos. That Heather Antos? Yes, that Heather Antos. Now she's more like a food dumpster. Dystopian Phantom 595 for 35 Zardoz. Is Sydney Sweeney or Rachel Brosnahan as Lara Croft? LOL. I think Rachel Brosnahan might actually be better. Sydney Sweeney would be great too. I'm not throwing either of them out of the movie. 3 Jabroni for $5. Use AI for awesome avatar pics like mine. There you go. General Whack for $3 on the Streamlabs side. Cindy Sweeney would have been the best pick. She dyed her hair brown for Christy. There you go. George DeLacy for $4.99. Can you guys clip that British pub speech as a standalone video? I'd like to send that out to some people along with your thoughts. What do you think, Perry? You out there? I mean, I know we did one yesterday, but we could do a follow-up.
Yeah.
I think we can make that happen. Darth Maul's lower half. Be sure to subscribe to Nerdrotic Daily, where you can see the clips of this live stream almost daily. Perry's been killing it. Brendan Lucas for 5 British pounds. Sophie Turner doesn't really scream devil may care grave robber. She didn't even have that energy to play Sansa. Not later on, no. Amount of iterations that go into AI image to go for the artist message you are sending likely takes as much time as Photoshop or illustrating. It might, yeah. For now, Brendan Lucas. Not wrong. Krog based for 20 Swedish krona. Jurassic World poster looks like Scarlet with the banjo. Matthew Hammond. Billy Bob in Goliath is great too. Season 3 of Tulsa King is coming out in 2 days before my birthday. I'll count that as a present. Tulsa King is the king of streaming. Fucking great show, Anak Maman. I just rewatched it again. Marvel is a chick brand. Naked dudes and girl power. Yep, Slain Hope. Tron Legacy is coming for 4K UHD on September 16th, and I'm going to buy it. I think Tron is too. Tron and Tron Legacy. Nerdrotic Dundee, says Snex. There you go. Safe to say James Gunn has Artur syndrome now, just like Neil Druckmann with The Last of Us, because he's the head of the company now. There's no one to tell him what... I'm getting some echo there, Chris. Not at all. His ideas don't work. You're right. James Gunn, Chris has brought that up. James Gunn needs people around him to tell him no.
Well, I think everybody does. George Lucas, everyone needs it. Filmmaking is a team sport.
Yes.
And when you get this ego where like that whole David Cornsweet thing, and people were marking that as like, that's what makes Gunn a good director. Cornsweet's instincts were right. A calmer, more measured delivery of those lines would have shown. I mean, you could run a montage of David Cornsweet going, he yells all the time. That it's not a good look for Superman.
No,
he seems weak.
And it's not like it's just this criticism coming from our sphere. This is a pretty common criticism with half the people who watch Superman. Like even some of the people who liked it going, I could have dealt with a more, not stoic, but more presence and charisma.
You could feel it in the room at San Diego Comic-Con at the Peacemaker panel when there was a half-hearted attempt for a standing ovation and it didn't happen. And John Cena made a joke about it. It's people are not loving it. It's not a home run. It's, crawling to 600. In the market cap now for superhero movies, about 500. I'd say is the market cap.
Yeah.
So you could say it overperformed based on the new market cap, which used to be $1 billion. You could put out a shitty Aquaman or Captain Marvel. It would make $1 billion. Not anymore.
Nope.
Sorry, it's my rant.
That's a good rant. Darth Maul's lower half said I mentioned his name, but not his super chat. Where's the super chat? X-Ray Girl.
It's just above it. I moved it. down. This one.
Okay. Why do you think about the Sungwon Cho situation? Oh, the voice actor.
Casting authentically, yeah.
Something Wong.
Yeah, holy fuck. We too low.
I think you reap what you sow. He had a point, and
it was shitty. It was a shitty fucking point.
It's awful. You should just hire the best people. I mean, if it's important for the identity to line up, whatever. I think, hire women to do female voices, hire men to do male voices.
Women do male voices. Doesn't it? Is it
Nancy
Luffy?
Cartwright.
Is it Luffy a chick?
Yes, it's true,
Probably.
but it works.
A lot of
it works.
younger characters that are male has to be women. Otherwise, they'll age themselves out.
Right.
You can voice modulate now. What are you talking about? I can sound like a kid. Hang on.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is hilarious.
I can sound like a kid.
Oh my God.
All the time. What are you talking about? We don't need women doing male voices and stuff.
I don't know. I just think that guy got what he deserved. He got roasted, and F him. This is
he's so hypocritical.
Yes, he is.
It's hypocrite.
Total hypocrite. And now he's off Twitter and he's going to go to Blue Sky and complain into the void.
That's not going to last.
Fuck off. Yeah. And it's fine. I don't care if he voices a white person. I could give a shit. That's the whole point, is that he made us think about it, cost people their jobs, and then took a fucking job. But that's fucking Hollywood too. That is Hollywood. That is why are so many people woke in Hollywood? Because they're fucking like that. They have no principle. They have no integrity. That's why I call them adult pretenders.
Like you said, I'll be whatever you need me to be.
Yep.
That's why I'll have whatever opinion you want me to have.
Mm-hmm.
They're spineless.
Mr. Big Morg for $4.99. What did y'all think of the 28 Days Later Bone Temple trailer? I seen it. Chris hasn't yet.
I'll watch it on Hollywood.
It was not as good as the first trailer, which I liked the movie, but it was not anything like that trailer. And this looks like I'm not excited about it because it looks like it just focuses on the people.
Right.
And the dong zombie.
Oh.
Great. That's awesome.
And it's directed by Nia DaCosta. So not super excited about it. Comes out in January, not a month, in a few months. Lewis Jones for £2 X-23 would be a good Lara Croft. Mm-hmm. I agree. Black Kane says, if you in your prequel sequel list, where does Godfather 2 fit, since it's half a sequel and half a prequel?
Oh, you're right.
That needs a new designation.
Per sequel.
That's it. Per sequel. Pre-sequel.
Pre-sequel?
Pre-sequel.
Prequel, pre-sequel? Yeah.
Pre-sequel.
Because it tells Vito Corleone's story. Yep. Chopped into the current Michael Corleone story.
Yep. Gary, at DragonCon, I attended a panel with Punisher and Daredevil creators. They were not current year Marvel fans. Was really cool listening to them. Well, let's see how they do on their own without having to repurpose an old series. But it sounds like Kevin Feige is getting very sensitive to his criticism, and I think it's going to make him worse. I wouldn't be surprised if he bails out after Secret Wars. My prediction is he goes to Star Wars. He goes to Lucasfilm. Chris. When do you think we will get a Knight of Seven Kingdoms trailer? House of the Dragon trailer, season 3. Do you think we will see the Isle of Faces? How are you guys? This is Cannibal the Dragon. So, okay. I think we will see a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms trailer in the next month or two, because I think they said it's coming out in winter of 2026, but it's early, so it's going to be January, February, basically. Comes out January, maybe early March. So I'm thinking before the end of the year, you'll see a trailer. House of the Dragon, you're not going to see one until next year, if it comes out next year. I don't think it's coming out next year. They haven't promised it's coming out next year because there's so much battling. I mean, like it's a huge series. I think, yes, we are going to see the Isle of Faces. Do we see it in season 2? I don't think so. I think we see maybe, but I think we see it in season 3, the Isle of Faces, which would be interesting. They did show a green man in season 2. The Lonely Lamenter, welcome to the Geloja level. Will As a Disbrew still be able to stream if sentenced to 10 years each in prison for sharing a meme? Imagine the ratings if Az streams his arrest. Oh, that'd be huge. I think he should go for it. Grand Wazoo has been a member for 55 months, X-Ray Girl. 55 months. John Gets Gaming says, Gary, allow me to suggest something more in season, and I think up your alley than K-pop Demon Hunters. Well, that would be anything. The Castlevania.
You have to watch it at some point. K-pop Demon Hunters. It's great.
I love it.
There was cosplay. It is a phenomenon, Gary. You're being left behind.
Oh, well. The Castlevania Netflix series is fantastic and dark for the first 2 seasons, even for someone who doesn't know the games. John, I reviewed that series when it came out, the first 2 seasons. I believe it's still on the channel somewhere. When Warren Ellis was still involved. Yeah. When Warren Ellis was still involved. Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, if you search the channel, it was early days. I did review it. Just a live stream review. And I liked the first 2 seasons, and then it went to hell. Snasho has become a member on the Geloja level. Thank you. Why hasn't that changed to fellowship? That's supposed to change to fellowship. I asked for that to be done a year ago.
I believe Garrett said he put the requested, but maybe it didn't go
Let's
through.
put it in again.
Okay.
Malakot 63 on the Geloja level says, hi, Gary. Are the Ford Fairlane comics as good as the movie? They're okay. They're a comic book adaptation. I would get them just. I get all comic book adaptations of movies, no matter how silly. I'm very proud of my Marvel Super Special Xanadu and Meteor, because sometimes the comic adaptations are better. But that's one of the things I collect is comic book adaptations. There's Buckaroo Banzai out there. They have comic adaptations. There's a Time Bandits comic adaptation by Marvel. How many people knew that? In the UK, 90 of its 640 MPs, members of parliament, are first or second generation foreigners. Many were born outside the UK, advocating for home countries. And they were voted in by a bunch of woke UK white women who thought it was an act of virtue. And some dumb men, too. Finished all of Farscape. Next is Fireflies. Next for $2. Now, this is only a prediction based on how woke white women vote here. If they arrest Disbrew, does he go to a ladies' prison? Asks Eric. Yes. Yes, he would. Or does he just get euthanized because he's a squirrel? He's a lesbian squirrel.
That's only in New York.
That's only in New York.
We got one more here.
Okay.
Jeremiah Hembry for $2 says, hey.
Hey. What's up, Jeremiah? Hey. I answered the call too late, but I was supposed to, they asked me to be on Peers to talk about this Graham Linehan stuff. That's why I'm dressed like this. But I answered the call too late because they whipped up the episode like really fast. So they needed a fast response, which I did not give because I was asleep when it came in. Trish Page. What's up, Trish? Thank you for the $5,
Hi.
Trish. How are you? We're just waiting for Chris to come back. But what do you got coming up, X-Ray Girl?
Tonight, Poor Choices, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And Friday Night Heights. So
Dean Cain.
that'll be fun. Dean Cain. Oh, and for those that don't know, Nerdrotic Coffee, pulling up the website now.
It's
Coffee.
back. It's back.
Yep.
I
So
love coffee.
I did too.
if you want to drink any of the Nerdrotic brand coffee, you go to nerdroticcoffee.com. There's
I
ground
have some. It's great.
whole bean
I'm
and
drinking some
K-cups.
right now.
Cinnamon chocolate flavor.
That's my favorite one. Oh my gosh.
It's for the chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes can drink it too, though. But yes,
It does taste
it's
good.
back. My coffee, sourced in a Colombian farm.
So yeah,
That's all.
link is in the description.
Nothing to do with cocaine at all. I would not stand or sit for that. But yeah, go check it out. Chris, what do you got coming up?
Hollywood on the Rocks with Alan Ing. And we're going to do a fun show. Lots of news.
Yeah, he
Crazy.
handled verses without you pretty good.
Yeah,
Him
it was
and
a
Badger.
holiday. I appreciate, I do it on the holidays without Alan. So,
Yeah.
we help each other
Alan's
out,
great.
so-
We love Ing the Merciless, Angry Badger. I got to get him, got to roll him in on FNT soon. Badger's good. I like
Badger's
Badger.
good.
Derek the DA,
Yeah.
he's good. Dante, they're
I
all-
like
Yeah.
Epic Mike. I like Epic Mike on FNT.
I like Epic Mike too.
It's like a race swap Jeremy.
Yeah, except straight.
Yes, exactly. Super straight, as they say. So
Matthew Hammond says Stargate is a great respite from bad content. Yeah, I'm going to need that after fucking Peacemaker and Alien. But then
thanks for the DM, Matthew Hammond.
cheers. All right, so
Anyways.
I'm going to read some audiobook today.
Oh no, wow. I'm gonna
Yeah.
order it.
Going to read some audiobook today and then think about a
I love
video.
audiobook.
I'm on 2 interviews tomorrow. X-Ray Girl.
Yes.
And
They're
then
being recorded and then released
Later.
Yeah.
Then Benny is this Friday.
Mhm.
I'll be on with Benny. New York Times went after him. Fuck those pieces of shit, man.
Why?
They said he over-exaggerated his baby being in danger when there was a fire that was next to his house that got into his house. You could see clearly, he had to break out the security cam footage.
Oh my gosh, that was a heartbreaking post to read.
Yeah.
Why would they say that?
Because they're pieces of shit. When the New York Post is more reputable than you, I mean, Jesus Christ. They have better headlines too. Rated M for $4.99. Rona Mitra did a perfect promo for Tomb Raider back in the day. Shame she never got to play her, but ended up in Red Sonja. Also, Ben Von Kerkwick is on Rogan today. Yes, he is. Uncharted X Ben. So Dave Landau was on yesterday, and Ben Van Kerkwick is on today.
Banger interviews.
Banger interviews. Ben has been bringing it. So Ben, he told me about this like a year ago. So he's been doing a lot of the granite vase stuff from Egypt that predates the early kingdoms, that predates anything, and it's made with like more precision. And we got to hold some of these, and these things make no sense. So there are these vases made out of pure granite, Chris, before any kind of like serious metallurgy. So you can't like create a granite vase with a bronze tool. You can't. So these things were like they were made on a lathe, and they predate anything in Egypt, and they're found in graves. And there were, but the graves they found them in were not of an advanced people. So it's almost like they were heirlooms passed down from a past generation that these people kept. So they're so out of place and crazy. But his other one was the labyrinth. They pretty much found the labyrinth in Egypt, which would be more impressive than the pyramids, but they can't excavate it at all because there's a lot of reasons, a lot of political reasons and farming reasons they can't excavate it. So he did that one. He did a video on that, and it got 1 million views. So go watch that video. It's fucking mind blowing. What? Because the Egyptian labyrinth was described by a Greek philosopher, can't remember his name, or a Greek historian, and it was impossible, and it was just considered mythology. Like it didn't really exist, but it did. And there's no, like, how in the fuck did they make something like that? Who knows? So go watch Ben on Joe Rogan. It's going to be fucking awesome. Eric K., some cool guy sent Chris a movie to watch.
Cool.
Cool. Wonder who that cool guy was. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna take off there. Go watch Joe Rogan. What are you laughing about, X-Ray Girl?
No, I was just laughing at his cool.
I know. Cool.
Cool.
Cool. Go check out Hollywood on the Rocks in a little bit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. And we will be back next week. Ciao.
Bye.